settings. It's a pretty tricky one, but let's get stuck into the settings I am using on OBS. Down to stream, you can see here streaming on YouTube. My output settings now, I'm gonna go ahead and assume you have somewhat decent internet. I have about 16 megabyte upload, so it's not too bad. My upload's pretty good. I actually might try and go up a little bit on the video bit rate, but for now I'm keeping it at 6,000. I believe on YouTube you can go up to 9,000, and on Twitch I think the max is 6,000. So I may go up on this. It just made more sense for me to actually stream to YouTube, as that's where the majority of my fan base is. But I'm actually using the 𝗧𝗵𝗪 encoder and not the 𝗧𝗵𝗪𝗀. Now I did try 𝗧𝗵𝗪𝗀 before when I was going on YouTube looking for all the settings to use to get a decent looking stream, because I was so frustrated with my stream looking blurry and stuff. But I've actually stuck to 𝗧𝗵𝗪𝗀 because it just looks better. It mainly just looks better. It does run a little bit harder on your system, but it definitely does look better. So that's what I'm running. Audio bitrate, I don't think I've changed. That's still on 192. And again, if you look at the actual recording, I do run the hardware 𝗧𝗵𝗪𝗀 for the recording side of things, but I'll do that in a separate video, how to get your videos to really look sharp on YouTube. Because especially if you are a smaller YouTuber like I am, when you do upload to YouTube, your videos do tend to get downscaled quite a lot. But I'll show you guys how to get away with that in another video. If we hit 50 likes, then I'll definitely make a video on that as well. But anyway, let's get to the important stuff, which is we'll head over to the video tab, and you can see my base canvas is 1920 by 1080, same as my output scale. I'm using the 𝗧𝗵𝗪𝗀 sharpened scaling, 36 samples and 60 frames per second. So you can see I'm pretty much maxing out on what I can in terms of quality. Other than that, that's pretty much all we're doing in OBS in terms of the settings through there. Now one thing I will recommend is when you are streaming on OBS is actually disable the preview window, because again, that's like you're giving your computer extra work running the preview window on while you're playing the game and streaming. So I actually turn the preview window off while I'm streaming. And also, if you want to try, you can also run OBS in administrator mode, which gives it the priority on your system. Or you can, if you're struggling with the game, on the game side of things, if your game's stuttering a little bit, then run the game in administrator mode and balance it between the two, see which one really works for you. But other than that, the rest of the settings really are just in the game. So now on ACC, let's go over to the video settings. And you can see now we've actually taken the frame limit off. Normally what I was doing is I was running the frame limit on 60 frames per second. I'm not too sure which one looks better at the moment, but for me, while I'm playing the game, frame rate limit off looks pretty decent. But I may test if it does still improve the game performance even more if I just lock it to 60. But we'll try that at a later date. The VSync is actually disabled, and as we scroll down, for me, the thing that made the most difference was actually the resolution scale. And the resolution scale, I think normally was on 100. We've turned it down to 80%. And for me, it made the performance of the stream as well much better. When I had this up at 100, it just used to lag. But of course, if you downscale the resolution, then you're not getting any of the sharp edges, and it can look a little bit washed out, a little bit blurry. But we managed to fix it with some other settings. But scrolling down now, I'm just going to go through all the settings just by scrolling down. We've turned the shadows to mid, the shadow distance down to low. Anti-aliasing is still on epic. We still have a few things turned up. Our effects down to medium. Post-processing, foliage, texture still pretty high. I think we've taken our mirror distance down a little bit and taken the mirror quality and resolution down. Obviously, the mirrors really do kill your computer when you have this up on high. You really do need a pretty good graphics card. Anyway, let's keep scrolling down. We've taken bloom quality completely off, and we've disabled volumetric fog. And I believe the thing we did change that made a massive difference and didn't make the game look terrible was we actually put the sharpness up, and it's sort of combined with the resolution. You take the resolution down, put the sharpness up, and it kind of brought the game back to how it was looking originally. Now it doesn't look like crazy how it would if you was to put everything on epic, but it still looks very good, and especially for the stream, it still definitely works. As I keep scrolling down, you can see we just made all these subtle changes, and pretty much now I'm able to stream 1080, 60 frames per second, no real issues. Again, if there's anything you guys want to try, you may want to, you know, go further down on the resolution scale if you're struggling with that. Remember I said you can run the game in administrator mode. If that's not working, try and run OBS in administrator mode. You're going to need somewhat decent connection, especially if you want to stream at you know, 6,000 bit rate. You're going to need a pretty decent internet connection. I have about 16 megabytes upload, so I can pretty much stream at a higher bit rate and the stream still look good. Again, you know, guys, it definitely is a trial and error thing, especially with your own connections and your own PCs. I don't know the specs of all you guys' PCs, but the good thing about streaming on YouTube is you can actually do a private stream. And this is what I did. This is something that I tend to use. I do a private stream, and I'll go into an online race, and I'll just race normally. Then afterwards, I'll check the private stream and see what the quality looked like, and that's pretty much how I, you know, got to the settings and the sort of stage where I'm at now. So I would suggest, if you guys really want to maximize the potential of your computer while gaming, while streaming, do some private streams and have a look at the quality and see what it looks like. And anything you're not happy with, if you want to go up or down in your bit rate, just keep making minute changes, and once you do manage to nail it, then yeah, definitely it's worth it. But yeah, if you guys want to see me do a video of how to get your better quality on your YouTube videos once you've uploaded them to YouTube, then yeah, leave a like, definitely comment. It's 𝗧𝗵 𝗪𝗀, like and subscribe, hit the notification bell to hit my videos first, and peace.